Good afternoon, and welcome to the garden. Welcome to Garden Conversations with Rose. Today is August 24th. There are only 129 days left in 2023. So within the next week or so, we will be saying goodbye to the second third of the year and ushering the final third. Before we touch on anything today, I want to highlight a random act of kindness that I was treated to today. So earlier on the bus, while coming back from my workout, I felt so uncomfortable in the sweltering heat. The bus seemed like a furnace or an oven, and I let out a deep sigh because I was so uncomfortable. And a kind lady who was seated in the seat just in front of me had her own handheld fan to allow herself some comfort from the heat. And when I let out the sigh, she turned around and said, "Here." She put the fan close to me and I leaned forward and said, "Oh, that feels nice. Thank you." And she said, hold on to it, hold on to it. So I held on to the fan for at least a good 5 minutes until my level of discomfort had subsided, and I returned it and said, "Thank you very much, ma'am." I was very grateful to have received that random act of kindness in my moment of need. And so I'd like to reiterate that kindness is still in style, and there are still persons out there who are kind. So there is kind lady who, I didn't ask her name. I did say thanks, of course. I just want to say thank you again. I am so grateful for that little random act of kindness that you offered me today. So today, of course, I'm remembering two of my aunties. They aren't much older than I am. Hermine and Hermina, as we called them when we were children, and I need to unlearn that their proper names were Alice and Alicia. They aren't much older than I am, so they spent, particularly Hermine, spent a lot of time with us when she came to see my dad, who was her older brother. And I remember as we got older, she was still kind. Hermina or Alicia often gave sound advice in many situations. I just wanted to remember them today because they would have passed away a few years back. Also yesterday, August 23rd, my father, Raymond, would have celebrated his birthday, but unfortunately in 1997, he would have died by suicide. Suicide by males is still a very touching point for me. And I always think about our men in our society who are going through issues, who are uncomfortable, who do not know how to articulate, or maybe unwilling to articulate whatever is going on with them. And so whenever I pass by the market and I see all those men on the side of the road, many of them are filthy and dirty. Some of them are hungry, and so they often get the lunch from the soup kitchen. My heart is always burdened. And I know that many men sometimes do not live up to their responsibility. Many of them don't act so well, particularly towards us females, but they are still humans. And I like to say that nature likes balance. So I hope at some point we are able to find some way to assist our men, and those men themselves who know that they have issues will come out of their little mold, of their little man cave, that emotional man cave that they have placed themselves in, and receive the help that is required to assist them in society. Again, within the next 2 weeks, the walls and the doors of schools will be available and open to students, both new students and incoming students. As an educator, I know how difficult It will be with us when we are trying to adjust to the students, when we have to cope with those parents who have concerns. Maybe they may have unrealistic expectations, as I would have observed and noted and experienced in the past. I just want to say to you, my fellow educators, that you are a professional and I know you are good at your craft. Do what you have to do at the highest level of professionalism. Be gentle with your words, although there may be times when you have to set people right in a sort of firmness, but be kind as well. But above all, I am urging you to take care of yourself. To you students who are about to come to us, I hope you understand that we are working together. I know you would have had a long summer. Some of you would have gone on trips, would have enjoyed yourselves. Some of you would have encountered some difficulties. We don't know. And so we want to work with you. We want to affirm with you that you are well able to achieve at your highest potential. Don't ever let yourself down by not working to your fullest. Put your best foot forward at all times. Listen to your teachers. Give the respect that is due. And of course, listen to your parents as well, because they were the ones who brought you here. And they have the right to tell you and to guide you as you go along life's path. And to you parents, I want to reiterate the importance of working along with us at the schools. Teach your children as well to be respectful and tolerant of other differences. We have too many mean-spirited children. And you see that violence, that thing that is big these days. I want us as parents to look into ourselves to see what part we would have played. Some of us parents are very hypocritical. We pretend we don't know why students or children are acting out. But once we would have left, you would have left the office, the children will say what they need to say. Some of you come back on the side and sometimes admit what's really happening, but most of the times you give us a picture that is not entirely true. You would have played a part. You are the key. They listen to you. They hear what you say about us. And I want to say to the public as well, lay off the backs of teachers until you have walked in our shoes, until you understand what's going on, until you would have been in a setting with a lot of children, different personalities, different backgrounds, different needs, diverse abilities, different issues, until you would have been in our shoes. If you can't say anything nice, you need to put a sock in it. You need to zip it up. We're not saying that you should allow your children to be advantaged, but we want to tell you that we educators are humans as well. Many educators sometimes leave their children on the back burner and try to bring up your own. Society, you need to be kinder to us, educators. To all of you out there in society, we must work together to ensure that our young people are on the right footing. And you young people out there who are bent on causing distress, you need to stop it. Badness doesn't make any sense. I know that some of you are dealing with issues. Find someone that you can trust. Go down on your knees and offer a prayer when you're thinking of bursting out. Count to 10. Go down on your knees Or if you're standing or sitting, ask the Lord to hold you back. There's a favorite verse that we usually ask our children to repeat when we're having assemblies. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. And if many more of you children were to think about those words, the words of the mouth and the meditation of your heart, your being, what are the things that you're talking and thinking about? Are they acceptable? Are they noteworthy? Will they bring any joy, or will they cause a sense of disarray and harm? Think about that. So, August 24th, 2023, 129 days left before we close off. I want to reiterate that kindness is still in style. Badness doesn't matter. We need to take care of ourselves as we think about the men in our society who are so lost. As you men out there who do not know where you're headed, you need to come out of that mode. As you children are getting back to school, remember to be respectful and put your best foot forward. As we educators are about to embrace our students, work professionally, do our best, but take care of ourselves. As your parents think about working together with us, working with your children, not being hypocritical. And you young people who are thinking about violence, think about that verse. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. And you, society out there, refrain from bashing teachers and educators. Have a beautiful, beautiful Thursday afternoon, the eve of the weekend. And again, I urge you to stay in the garden. Get in touch with nature, because nature is a healer, nature is soothing, and nature is so calming.